Hello and welcome to the GMBN Tech Show. This week we're talking about a classic relaunch from Intense.
Orbea have got a new trail hardtail.
And a subject we've talked about before, but this time it seems like it's for real. Is the bike industry in deep trouble?
Jumping into this week's topic, recent sad news of much loved brands like Nuteproof and Vitus are in real danger of collapse.
Yes, comes after the news of Signa Sports United, who owns Wiggle, Chain Reaction, Nuteproof, Vitus, and lots of other brands, have actually gone into self-administration.
It's a relatively complex situation, but it comes from Signa Holding, which is the parent group of Signa Sports United, announcing that it's retracting 150 million, I think it was 150 million loan, 150 million euro loan, so yeah.
So at the moment, details are sort of coming out all the time. It's really sad news, particularly for us. We're friends with Nuteproof, obviously a partner of the channel. We're friends with the people that work there. It's actually quite a small group of people that we have our fingers crossed for them that somehow there's a resolution to this, but it's not looking very good for a lot of people in the bike industry at the moment. Why has this all come around? It's like a super complex situation, but we've seen it, we've talked about it before in previous shows, like I mentioned already, but actually kind of the bike industry as a whole has been suffering from kind of post-pandemic stuff where the pandemic, people couldn't get enough of bikes, they were ordering, they were buying bikes, so these companies were buying loads of kit. Now there's like an oversupply and not enough demand, and we've seen what that's done to prices, and bike shops have been suffering as well, but this is like massive scale because this Signa Holdings is such a huge company. They own all sorts of other companies like in tennis, massive German retailers, and it's going to shake up the whole of the bike industry as well as to what happens with all this kit that is on the websites that can't be sold.
And it will filter through, I think, not just from the websites. Obviously, in the UK, Nuteproof is also in bike shops, so it will affect those guys too, or those folks as well. And I think it's also, if there's somebody who's got lots and lots of stuff and they're finding it really hard to pay their bills, then they're going to just reduce the price of things. So I think that's going to have a big ripple effect across the whole industry, unfortunately.
So under that same umbrella of the Wiggle CRC, there's Nuteproof, Vitus, Ragley, there's the UK distributor hotlines as well, and that means that all their staff, their race teams, ambassadors are all at risk. And actually we've seen this already with DJ Brandt, the US Nuteproof rider, saying that he's looking for a ride next year.
Yeah, I fear that there'll be some more sort of like Nuteproof riders and possibly Vitus riders as well that will be looking for fresh deals, which is tough. That with the news of lots of enduro teams deciding to kind of like not carry on for next year, it's a really tough time to be a racer.
I think that's, there's been all sorts of chat about why this is happening. I think it is just the industry problems at the moment rather than what might be going on in the politics of racing. It's if the money's not coming in, they don't spend it on marketing, and that's what we're seeing play out at the moment. It's a constantly evolving story at the moment as well. We've got our fingers crossed that Nuteproof and Vitus don't disappear. In the past, we've seen this with companies like Evan Cycles. They were bought out by, they went into administration. They were bought by Sports Direct, which is now called Fraser Group. They've actually started acquiring some parts of this business already, actually.
Okay.
I've not heard anything on the cycling side of this, but it's not all good news because back in the day, I think the Evans workforce was cut quite greatly as well. So we don't know how it's going to play out. It's sort of a new story that is evolving all the time at the moment. We have our fingers crossed for our friends at Nuteproof, a great bunch of people. Anyway, into some more positive news, and we've got a new bike, an Intense DJ hardtail coming out of the USA. Actually calling it DJ for dirt jump bike. It used to be Taser back in the day, although it wasn't the Taser kind of a monocoque. I remember Kurt Vorey's riding one of those back in the day. Good looking bike. But the Taser name is actually used for their e-bike now.
Yep.
Suits, I suppose, Taser, shocking.
Yeah, exactly, no.
Aluminium frame, modern dirt jump geometry, 3 frame sizes, small, medium, large, 26-inch wheels, we like to see. It should be, of course.
Yeah.
Horizontal dropouts as well, I like that, so you can run single speed should you want to. Threaded bottom bracket, it's all making sense here. Simple but solid, you'd say for this. Marzocchi Bomber dirt jump forks, 100mm travel, TRP slate T4 brakes, with enough cable to bar spin. I guess they don't have to shorten them either. So
no, good point, yeah.
Although it does come in at £1,999. Seems a bit spendy for a dirt jump bike, but it's an Intense, so you're getting a cool brand. So yeah, I like that, but expensive for dirt jump bike.
Bit pricey. Yeah.
Another new hardtail, Owen, from Orbea this time. Bit of a, it's not a dirt jump bike at all, really.
No, it's not. New Laufey. So Laufey, we've had on the show before.
Yeah.
It's had a refresh, so it's a new do-it-all aluminium hardtail. It's got their steep and deep geometry philosophy, for want of a better word.
So so you can have a big, long drop seat post and enough space inside the frame to stick it in there.
It's got a really steep seat angle as well, and quite slack geometry. 64.5 head tube for all the head tube fans. 140 fork, all kind of stuff that you would normally see on a hardtail. One thing you probably haven't seen is integrated storage, which is really cool. So integrated storage in the down tube. Yeah.
Interesting as well, kind of, they show how versatile the bike is. If you look at their website, you can see what the visions, the photos using of jumps, trails. It's cool, and that's what a good hardtail should be up.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Pretty sharp pricing too. There's 3 models, one at 1,500 or 1,400 euros, pounds, or $1,800, all the way up to 2,700 pounds, 2,500 euros, or $3,000. So yeah, really interesting bike. Looking forward to seeing one in the metal.
Getting one. I can't wait to get it, actually. Now, controversial, we're talking about a new helmet being launched by Fox, but it doesn't have a peak. Now, I sort of have a rule, if I'm on a mountain bike, it has to have a peak.
Yeah.
If I'm on a gravel bike, road bike, the opposite.
Yeah, no, that's allowed. Yeah.
However, I mean, these sort of, these borders between cyclocross and gravel and cross-country do blur. But what do you think? Let us know in the comments down below. But this is the new cross frame. It has a MIPS liner, boa adjust on the back, dual density, Varizorb EPS foam, 370 grams, so pretty light actually for a medium size. 3 sizes available, and it is £189.99. Sharp looking.
Very sharp. It almost looks like it's got a little peak in there, but I feel I feel like it might look better. This is controversial with the peak.
If you're going to want one helmet for your gravel bike and your cross-country bike, maybe that's what
that's true, yeah. So some people may know or may not know, Nukeproof was a brand back in the day, i.e. in the kind of like early-ish 90s.
The hubs had kind of carbon shelly look.
They did, they were really bomb-proof, hence the Nukeproof naming. Yeah, it was pretty clever. But they didn't just do hubs. I think they might have done cranks as well. They definitely did a stem that was really iconic. It had like one of the first face-off plate ones, so it had like 3 bolts in a sort of Nukeproof symbol, which is clever. But they also did a complete bike. And that's not that wild, but it was super innovative because it had its own linkage, linkage fork essentially, a bit like a Girvin fork from back in the day. So the shock was actually really neatly inside the head tube. It was really quite clever.
Let's dig into the comments from last week's shows. First one's from Builderass, who says, amazed that Owen knew about Joe Murray. Kudos to Joe Murray Men's and Jackie Phelan for their incredible accomplishments in the early days of Norba. Norba's massive back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah, huge.
I've got a 1990 Kona Lava Dome. It's got Joe Murray's little scribble on it, designed by.
Yeah.
Soaping top tube.
He now does lots of stuff with Shimano development, so I think he probably did help develop V-brakes and stuff like that, and is continuing development. And Jackie I think she again is like a hugely winning racer in her own right. Yeah. She's a partner of one of the Wilderness Trail founders, Charlie Cunningham. And she's an incredible racer, but also set up the first women's mountain bike association, which is Mombat. So, yeah.
But the random facts are coming thick and fast.
Yeah, there you go. But Jackie's amazing. So, thanks for that. DND Initials, Santa Cruz Heckler, among others, also started as a non-e-bike. Yeah, there's a trend there, isn't there? I
kind of like the way they keep the names going within the brand.
Yeah.
Digging out the old ones. Why not?
Yeah, no, I think it's good.
Tim Sada says, I raced the last generation of Orange Patriot. Oh, I've got a bone to pick with you guys. At the Fort Bill Endurance Downhill. It was one heck of a bruiser bike. It's the new iteration does make sense in my eyes. There you go, it's the e-bike
Perfect,
version.
yeah.
True to the value proposition of the Patriot brand. Patriot was not the downhill bike though, was it? It did not win a World Cup. Because it was the 322 and all the...
the 222.
All the 2s and the 4s.
And the 328.
was like the smaller bike, wasn't it? Unless my memory serves me wrong. I'm pretty sure it was not the Downer bike.
We did try and phone Jonesy on this one, and then we got into a bit of a discussion where Jonesy called me out for saying, no, Missy rode an orange. And I was like, no, Missy didn't ride an orange.
She did.
She rode a Foes.
She rode an orange as well. I'm sure she did.
Okay, there we go. Debate continues. Did Missy race on a Foes, or did she race on an orange?
Foes. I'm pretty sure I don't know.
There we
How
go.
you say it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, still, despite those nice comments about the Patriot, apparently it still looks like a filing cabinet with wheels. Somewhat harsh, but
People
hey.
have said that for a while about orange.
Yeah, that's, well...
Dystopia is utopia. WTF, you're talking about battery bikes. Isn't there a separate channel for that nonsense?
Yeah, there is, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's good though. You should tune into that one too. So it's one love.
We don't do it all the time. Do it a bit. Anyway, let's get into the bike caves. All right, we're heading over to Croatia for a Split. This is Marco. This is Dream Bike Cave, where I spend a bigger part of my day fixing other bikes, upgrading, or just hanging out with friends. Good tool wall.
Yeah, very good. Like it.
Pillar
Nice.
drill.
Yeah.
Heater. Compressor. Look at that.
Oh, wow,
Jazzy
that's
lighting
really good.
setup. Proper tool wall. Is it? I'm guessing. I wonder if Marco charges his friends to fix their bikes.
Oh, I don't know. It looks pretty good.
We've got on the wall. We've got a Commissar Meta, Kona, YT, and a good-looking town bike as well.
Yeah, very good. And a dartboard. Always useful.
And we go from Croatia to Hawaii. So
wow.
Matthew's bike cave, who says got a limited space in our apartment despite having 2 bedrooms, making storing my bikes difficult. The apartment is smaller than the interior space of most mid-sized SUVs. Living room is filled with family stuff. I mean, they normally are.
Yep.
I can't use my daughter's room as it's her room. So the only place is my bedroom. There you go. How many bikes have you got in there? The stuff on the walls is good. And I used to keep my bike in my bedroom when I was a youth, actually, because my mum and dad working on the house and it was a tip anyway.
Okay, yeah.
But you could lie in bed and look at your bike then as well.
Yeah, no, sensible.
And actually tweak it as well when you want
I
it.
like the jersey. We like that.
Really, that's
There
cool,
was a
isn't it?
World Cup in DH finals, I believe.
I remember that. So I remember
Hawaii.
Mountain Bike Action, there was photos of Missy Giove surfing, I believe. I think it was
No
her.
way!
And
I
them
believe,
hanging out
yeah.
on the beach.
Nice.
Yeah, I missed out on that. I didn't do that one. That's
No,
cool.
yeah, I
Before
missed
my
out on that
time.
one too. So, and also, well, I feel like we're talking about garages and we're talking about bike caves. How's yours?
It's more of a mess. I've only been in the house a couple of weeks. I've started ripping it apart. I'm making plans, but yeah, it's going to be a while until I can share it. But if you want to share yours, have a look in the description down below this video. There'll be a link to our uploader. Send us your bike caves and other missions as well, and we'd love to check them out. Anyway, get involved in the comment section with the Nuke-Proof Wiggle stuff. I know that's all controversial, the online sales stuff, but I'm more concerned with the brands like Nuke-Proof Vitus.
Yeah.
You know, Nuke-Proof just launched that new Megawatt, which I was hoping to get hold of, and there's people like Sam Hill.
Yeah.
We hope all that gets sorted out, but definitely get involved in the comments. We shall read them, and we will try and respond next week to some of those as well. Thanks for watching this week's GMBN Tech Show.